looking at potatoes. These are our Yukon Gold potatoes. You can see they're starting to die in there. These are some of our older potatoes that have been out the longest. See where this little mat's at? We've actually already harvested a little section in here, and they're looking pretty good. So we'll take you through this today, kind of talk through what we're getting, looking at our yields, talking about what kind of pests we're seeing, and anything we've done to combat them. So stay with us, and we'll take you through that. Okay, so you saw some footage of us digging. Now we're going to show you kind of what we're experiencing. So overall, potatoes look really good, really healthy. This is one of our larger ones, which is, we also got a little slime on this, and it wasn't hit with the fork, so it's actually starting to rot a little bit. So in order to keep this potato, what I'm going to do is we're going to set these potatoes on the side, and we'll cook these up quick within a few days, so then that way we can preserve our whole harvest. The other piece I can share with you is, when you look down here in the soil, it's just a little bit damp. So when you dig down in there, try not to dig your potatoes after a rain. So we had our last rain 5 days ago, and what that does is it gives you the opportunity to have less mud on your potatoes, and they're drier, cleaner, and they're ready to to be put away. And I'm sure most of you know this, but don't wash your potatoes. Just keep them in a well ventilated area and allow them, they'll actually start drying. This little potato here, I don't know, it's off the beaten path. We'll give it a dig, but I don't know if there's anything underneath it, but we'll see. Yeah, here we go. So there's a little guy. But you can see how easy that dirt comes right off. And the skin on a Yukon Gold is super thin. So if you damage it, it's going to get down to the meat of the potato pretty quick. So there we go. Those are some tips. I've got my helpers out here with me, and we are enjoying our night digging potatoes. We'll give you totals here in a minute, where we're at. Okay, so we're going to go through our strategy here real quick on what we're doing. So we're just digging this direction, just 2 to 3 rows wide, because if you look to the left, those potatoes are actually greener in color. We have had a few Colorado potato bugs on them, but overall they're actually looking really healthy. Those planted over there that are a little bit greener are about 8 weeks behind these over here that are dying. So what happened was we took some potatoes from the root cellar that actually had small potatoes on it. I think Deep South Homestead did something similar, and they had real nice long eyes on them, actually small little couple potatoes in some areas, and they did not end up coming up. We probably had 70% of those that did not come up. The other thing is, we're planting in an area that's pretty heavy rock. I'll put the link in the description as far as ripping out rocks, but we're still finding a lot of rocks as we're digging through here. So that's another problem. But here's what we're doing. So we're just taking these potatoes, we're pulling out the hay, pulling the hay behind us, so that way we cover back up the ground. So behind us we're covering up the ground. If you want to look at that real quick. So we're covering it up, so that way we always keep a consistent kind of ground cover over this. That way it'll help keep our nutrients and our moisture in the ground. And all I'm doing now is I'm just going to come through here and see the potatoes and grab this, pull out some more. Here's another potato. Let me see if I can get in here. Another potato. Let me just pull this guy up, see what we get. Okay, so there's more potatoes. Another nice one. Another nice one. Wow. And so we dig them out as much as we can by hand. Then I come in with the fork and just simply dig, just to make sure we're not missing too much. We didn't plant these real deep, and it looks like, from what I can see, that's probably it. And I don't some people say you can't compost or, you know, anything with potatoes. But I'll be honest with you, I just keep them right out here. Yeah, here's another potato, so you can look and see. Normally the Yukon Golds do not produce such a large potato that's, you know, that's real good for baking. But when we get them, they're great. Last year we probably had, you know, only about 20% that were this size. This year, we're probably in the 30 to 40% range, and very few that are going into our bag. And the ones we're putting in the bag, you know, be smaller than this. They're kind of like a fryer potato that you just throw in a skillet. You know, a little bit bigger than this. But all these will just go in a bag, and we'll put those in the house and use those right away. You know, for breakfast, we'll just fry those up with a little bit of oil. Yeah, here's more of them. So yeah, now I'll just dig here in a minute. We'll get the rest of them and see what we're producing. I don't know for sure, but I would say, you know, just looking at 2 plants there, feeling the weight, these are probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 ounces, maybe 12 ounces based on the solid content. They are a firm potato. So, you know, I would just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, just in that area we probably dug between the 2 plants. We got about 4.5 pounds. And we've dug probably close to 18 to 20 feet. And we've already filled up 2 milk crates. I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at. Feeling good about the potatoes this year. And you know, hopefully they'll preserve and do real well in the root cellar. So hope you enjoyed this video. Would love to hear what some of you are doing. You know, we're just doing the traditional method, throwing them in the ground and covering them with hay, which is what my parents did when I was young. And I've seen some of those that are doing the hay bale methods and other stuff, and I think we actually did one of those last year. I found that the yield on them was high, but the overall cleanliness of the potato was pretty low. So that offered some other problems, especially for a nice thin-skinned potato like these. I don't ever peel these. We eat them or smash them just the way they are with the actual skin right on them. So again, appreciate you watching. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for subscribing and sharing with others. Shalom.